Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of 365 Survival. I can't whistle. Okay, so in the latest issue of Off Grid magazine, which I'm going to be doing a full official review of this in the near future, but I love this magazine so far. This is the sixth issue, seventh issue, eighth issue. They started just a couple years ago. It's from the creators of Recoil. Okay, I'll save all this for my official review. Okay, but they had a section where they talked about all 10 different uses for the space blanket, which is something like this. It's a survival blanket, space blanket, whatever you want to call it. Well, I only have about a bazillion and one space blankets, so I thought I would do a test of some of the things that they talked about in this magazine. Okay, and a couple of things that they talked about was going to be like insulation for gloves or shoes or something like that. So you could just unwrap it, and the whole point of a space blanket is that it reflects the heat off of your body, okay? The whole point is to reflect your body heat back into you, and honestly, putting this space blanket on, I already feel like twice as hot as I did before, and it's already hot out here, but it is definitely reflecting the body heat off of me. Okay, what I would do is I would take it, kind of pinch it in the center, and then stuff it in. There we go. And then when you put your shoe on, you'll just kind of push it in there, and your shoe will now be insulated. Really good for cold weather, stuff like that. So I think that's a pretty inventive idea. Okay, next they were talking about signaling. And I don't really have any like direct sun right now, but this could definitely be a great signaling tool. Maybe not as good as a mirror, just because if you look at it, it's not as clear as a mirror, but it could definitely be helpful for some reflectiveness. They also talked about water gathering. So something like that, or you could even put this in any kind of device, but just make a cylinder type of thing and then put it wherever and then collect water with it, rainwater, you know, whatever. And of course, another great way to use it is shelter. This is going to be a really, really great way to use this. It's kind of floppy, you know, when you make shelter, but it's really not so bad. In an emergency, this will do. Yeah. I know you can't really tell, but if you just wrap it around any kind of heat source like this, it will reflect the heat. I can actually feel the heat over here, and without it, I can't. I cannot feel the heat where I did with this when this was up. Oh yeah, that's reflecting the heat really, really good. Okay, and another way to use it would be like a splint for like medical stuff. I think that's pretty cool, very inventive. Put it up into strips, and then just use that as a way to splint, or you know, you could even use this as a way to tighten if you need to. You could use this as really any way, any kind of medical way. You could use it to try to help stop bleeding. It may not be the best, but it could work. Another way that it was saying is waterproofing. I know I don't really need to test this, but I really want to. I want to see how good it'll waterproof. Well, the water is just coming right off. I could see that. So you could use it for shoes, backpacks, whatever. And let's see. Voila! Dry shoe. Totally 100% dry. I could definitely see this working as a really good waterproofing method. All right, one of the ways that it was talking about was cooking. Using it to cook stuff near a fire. Now, we've already seen the reflective way, but I want to see if how easy it is to catch this on fire. There we go. It is melting a little, like it's definitely melting. Like it's straight up, I don't know if you can see that, but it's straight up melting, that's for sure. But here's the fire out here. Not melting, not doing anything, but the fire's like right on top of it. Yeah, it's melting, it's catching on fire. But if you were to do something like this, where you just kind of had it near it, or you had it near some coals, that would be really, really, really effective for sure. And yeah, this could kind of work like a tin foil. Just don't put it in the fire. Okay, and a couple last things that it was talking about was catching and cleaning meat. Again, it kind of used like tin foil, where you can put food on it, that kind of stuff. And then the last thing is cordage. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna kind of swing from a tree, or try to, and see how strong it really is. Here's my tree right here that I'm gonna try to hang from. And to really test the ability of it, I've taken it apart completely, but I'm gonna kind of rumple it up. And then, I'm gonna wrap it around. Let's see if it can hold my 120 pounds. Scared that it's gonna break and I'm gonna fall on my butt. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Wow. That's pretty strong, I'd have to say. I think if you were to cut it up into little pieces, it definitely wouldn't have been as strong. But as a survival blanket as a whole, it's pretty dang strong, that's for sure. Anyway, that's going to be my video for today. I thought I'd just try out some fun methods for different uses of the survival blanket besides just keeping you warm. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And if you're feeling frisky, tell me what are some of the ways that you can think of to use the survival blanket. I'm sure there are numerous different ways. Okay, see you tomorrow.